Isabel takes the floor. I am happy that my granddaughter has so nice and good friend. They had known each other from 8, correct? 9. 8 and a half. Okay.
Hi. All right. So, it all started when a Libra and a Leo met and their astral journeys aligned. Just kidding. I know that doesn't mean much to most of the people in this room, but what I hope does mean something is that Irene and I have been friends since we were kids. Irene is one of the most special people I know. She sticks by me through thick and thin and challenges me to think more about others, to be patient with myself, and to advocate for myself. She's the best friend I could ask for, always there for me, but never upset if I need some space or alone time. Our friendship is a model for how I seek other friendships, and I know we will always be in each other's lives because we've already gone through so much together and come out stronger. She's one of the few people I know who truly pledges her love and support to people. Once she picks you, you've got one of the best people in the world always in your court. Sam, I will eventually get to the part where I talk about you guys together and how great you are. But first, I want to share something that Irene made for me back in high school. I think it was around junior year when she gave me this deck of cards with 52 things about our friendship written on them. They are full of inside jokes and references to things that I think our 16-year-old selves would not want me to share with this room right now. But I did pick out a few of the more notable ones that are indicative of our friendship. All right. So, first we have the 9 of Spades, which says, "You let me use your iPod for my bat mitzvah." Not only is that card like a blast from the past, from a bygone era where we didn't have the world at our fingertips all the time, but it also reminds me that Irene and I have been in each other's lives for a lot of important milestones. We first met 16 years ago when we played together at the park in our neighborhood. And since then, we've shared middle school graduations, high school proms, renditions of The Little Mermaid, road trips, and more. When I think about my childhood, Irene is there, taking in new experiences and navigating new experiences and challenges. She's the sister I never had. The next card I want to share is the Jack of Clubs. It says, "We have a bucket list." When I found these cards again recently, honestly, I didn't actually know which bucket list she was referring to because we had quite a few iterations throughout high school. But what I do remember is that Irene was always the one who would put the list together. She would go on Pinterest or Tumblr, find the inspiration. She would make sure that we had a really fun summer. And that's still the case. She gets things done. Sorry, I almost said a bad word there. She doesn't just wait around and let life come to her. She goes out and she grabs it, which is exactly how she got Sam, and she just pointed at him and said that. She is brave, intrepid, and the best partner for new adventures. All right. Sorry, there's a lot in my hands. The third card is the 10 of Hearts, and it says, "We worked at 4-H." For those who don't know, 4-H is a summer camp that sits just down the road from where the wedding ceremony was held today. And Irene and I spent our younger summers there, first as campers and then as counselors. We used to play tug of war in the same field where Irene and Sam got married today. And it was really special to add a new memory to a place that already holds a lot of fondness for me, so thank you. But back to the cards. When Irene and I were at 4-H camp together, we always kind of did our own things. We had our own friend groups, we had different activities that we were interested in, we had different levels of interest in the boys, but we would always drive there and back together. And on the way there, we would share our hopes and our worries, and on the way back, we would dissect every little detail. And we still do that today with our constant phone calls and FaceTimes, where we share everything that's happened since the last time we talked, and we probably talk like twice a day. So there's a lot of very detailed stories there. And just like at summer camp, even though our lives have followed very different paths, we always come back together, share our stories, and merge them into one. All right, the last card that I want to share is the King of Diamonds, and it says, "Will you be my maid of honor?" So there's a popular joke on social media these days where the girl's best friend says to the boyfriend, "You might not be at the wedding, but I know I will." But since Sam and I both made it to the wedding, and I'm grateful for that, I'll say instead that back in 2014, you might not have known about the wedding, but I sure did. But all jokes aside, for a long time, I've been looking forward to the honor of standing next to Irene on this special day, of going wedding dress shopping when she already had a dress picked out just so we could try on some pretty princess dresses, of making maps so that her guests would know where to park, of running through every detail of the timeline to make sure it was right, and of watching her officially become Irene Kaufman, although you will always be Irene Zarnitsky in my phone. What I hope these cards have shown is that Irene and I have a truly special friendship that has stood the test of time, distance, and a few disagreements along the way. I used to think that it was our friendship, both of us, that allowed me to be my true self around her. But now that I've seen Irene and Sam together, I'm convinced that Irene is the one behind this beautiful type of connection. I've loved watching your love grow and blossom since that first eventful and chaotic summer in Champaign, to the trips around the country and the world, the seemingly never-ending house projects and ever-growing garden, the commitment not only to each other, but to improving your health through workouts at Jose's and tackling 75 hard. Sam, I'm so grateful to you for welcoming me as a third wheel, for accepting the craziness that inevitably flows out of us every visit, and for giving me someone to crack dad jokes with while Irene sits there and rolls her eyes at us. You bring out the best in Irene, always encouraging her to be a better version of herself while simultaneously accepting her as she is with love. And Irene, I'm so lucky to call you my best friend, and I can't wait to see the beautiful relationship that I know you and Sam will continue to build, because that's what you do, develop and cultivate long-lasting love. So, to many years of happiness together, Sam and Irene.